this week on the Isaac Carree Show.
You were diagnosed with cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And then months later, whatever, but Vanessa got the same exact
cancer. Yeah. Working at churches can be very tricky.
Okay.
Right? Because if you're not in a healthy situation, you can feel the tension of, hey, I'm here because of my gift and what I do for this church.
Okay.
If I'm not doing the thing that they brought me here to do, then how long am I gonna have? The cancer was sitting right above my vocal cords.
Jesus.
Right? This is how close it was. They had to put sensors on my vocal cords so the doctors, if they got close to it, the sensors would go off so they'll back up.
First off, they done get that boy a show. Some of y'all like, hell nah. But heaven only knows what he gon' say. On any given day, it might be cray. Still gonna be at church on Sunday, yeah. It's about life and love and all of the above, yeah. Only God can judge, that ain't me. You can speak your truth, ain't nothing they can do. It's a safe space with Isaac Carree. Ooh-wee. The Isaac Carree Show. The Isaac Carree Show.
Yo, welcome to the Isaac Carree Show. Make some noise. Oh my God. We are here where we promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help us God. That's right, man. Listen, I need y'all to do me a favor. Y'all know we do this every episode. We ain't stopping. We can't stop because we won't stop. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Hit that button. Like it and share it with everybody you know. We want you to be aware when we go live so you can know. Today's episode is about to be a movie because I got one of your favorites. The world's greatest worship leader is sitting in this seat. I'm telling you right now, we're going to honor him today, man. That's what we came to do. We're going to honor this man. Many people don't honor him, but he's sitting in a seat today where he's going to be honored. Todd Galberth is in the building. He's a passionate worship leader, songwriter, and vocalist known for his dynamic style that transforms worship nationwide. His Decrease topped the Billboard charts with his hit smash, Lord, You Are Good. Todd also wrote the hit song for Tasha, Cobbs, Leonard, featuring Nicki Minaj. Y'all didn't know this. I'm Getting Ready, which earned him the BMI's Song of the Year. Beyond music, Galberth has explored acting, taking on dramatic and comedic roles in various productions like, Mama, can I sing on the worship team? Like, Mama, when can I sing a song? Like, Mama, do we have to go to church today? Those are some of the productions that Todd was a part of. He currently serves as the executive pastor at Change Church under the leadership of Dr. Darius Daniels. He also mentors worship leaders through various workshops and seminars. Todd recently wrapped up an international tour with Kirk Franklin and Maverick City, only to hit the road again for the Good News Tour alongside Maverick City and Tasha, Cobbs, Leonard. He's from the sand hills of North Carolina, originally from Rayford, North Carolina. Now he lives in Georgia with his wife, Vanessa, and their two beautiful kids. Can you make some noise right here on the Isaac Carree Show for the one and only Todd O'Neal Galberth? Doc, did I bring you up or did I bring you up?
Hey, Doc, God bless you, man.
Man, you're here, O'Neal.
I'm here. Number one, let's start. Can we start here?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, brother.
On the #1 podcast in America.
Wait,
I prophesy.
That's foresight.
I know you. Listen. I know you guys are carnal here. You know, you're cussing in your intros. I know where I'm at. But if you will allow me to be me,
yes,
I want to speak that this will be the #1 podcast in the space that is in America. Easy money. Your guests are incredible. God's hand is on your life. But even more importantly, you were made for this. You're built for it. This is going to be incredible. I'm proud of you. Congratulations. We on the pop. And then God sent me here to save the day. So we already know.
Man, you gonna make me cry, man.
Man, it's okay, brother Isaac.
Man, listen, this brother, man, this is my main man, 50 grand. Some of you see me all the time. I think for the last probably 5 years, 4 or 5 years, y'all seen me pushing Todd more than y'all seen me doing my own stuff. And it's simply because I love celebrating my friends. And Todd is one of the greatest worship leaders on this side of glory. This is not a competition, but what he does and how he does what he does is at another level, man. And I want to literally jump into this conversation, man. Listen, Todd, can we start from the beginning, man?
Let's do it.
Listen, bro, what did you do for a career before you started doing ministry?
I was poor.
Okay.
Trying to figure it out. I worked in the school system.
Ain't no way.
Straight up. I was a crisis intervention specialist.
What
for
in the
whole
world
county
is that?
schools. I worked with kids who had like behavior improvement plans. So before a kid,
kids like Chase.
I wasn't gonna say that,
Okay.
but Chase may have come through my system. And what I've seen lately, I didn't do a good job. But so before kids could get suspended or go to in-school suspension, they would have to come and run a little program with me. I was like the middleman before they got in trouble.
Really?
So I did this for like four years. 4 years.
Did you love it?
It was cool. It was entertaining every single day. Like you would wake up and like, I don't know what's gonna happen today. And these amazing, incredible kids would pull up and do some crazy, incredible stuff every single day. So it was cool. And you know what? Well, we'll talk about that later. I actually enjoyed the environment. Okay. Like it was really cool because we had a good family environment.
Okay.
You know, where I worked. And so it was cool, but the kids every single day was just, you didn't know what you was gonna get. So it was like, I don't know somebody gonna jump off the building today or
oh my God,
steal a car or cuss a teacher out. So
right.
It was fun though.
So here's the thing. Now I know you're gonna lie on this, so I want to go ahead and give a precursor.
Okay.
Did you play sports, Todd?
Bro.
Because with those legs, nothing says that you did, but I just want to know.
Bro, I played so many. I played baseball, basketball, football. I was all conference football.
Conference is Rayford, bro. Y'all population is 400 people. Y'all got one church that the whole city went to.
Bro, no, seriously. I started every year. Baseball was my favorite sport.
Really?
Honestly, but I didn't play after the 10th grade.
Okay.
I played football. I was all conference. I was going to walk on at NC State.
Are you serious, Todd?
Absolutely.
What position?
Tight end.
You tall enough?
I was pretty good. I was just slow. I was very slow, but I love football. Football is my spot. But
okay, so tell me. I know Pop. I know Top Cat. That's what they call Todd's daddy. TC.
Shout out to TC.
Shout out to TC and Mama Stella. I know your family, man. But what was it like in the Galberth household? You have two sisters, a brother, growing up with your mom and your dad. What was it like just growing up as a child?
Church.
24 hours?
Church.
7 days a week, 365 days of the year.
Church. I'm a church baby. I'm a church boy. It's like nothing came before church.
Really?
My parents I'm super grateful that they were cool enough to allow me to play sports.
Okay.
Because I had friends who couldn't play sports if it interfered with church. So, outside of like being in the marching band or playing football or basketball or baseball, I was at church all the time. Too much. Afternoon service, Wednesday night service.
So it's full circle now because you at Change Church all the time. we do 84 services a Sunday.
Right. So something like that. But it's like growing up in that space. You don't appreciate that time until it's over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
like as much as I'm like, I used to hate it, like trying to make up stuff to be like, I got to go do this. I got to go do this just to get out going to church. But how it has produced who I am today and how I do what I do today, I'll take nothing for it.
Sure. Yeah. So Todd, let me ask you this. I know this up close and personal. You are very hands-on with your family, not just your wife and your kids, but your mom, your dad.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your sister that passed away, how you kind of took on a lot of the financial responsibility, even though you weren't there and living in Rayford at the time. What was that like on you? On your parents? What was that season like? Man,
you got to realize, man, my sister was on drugs really, really, really bad. Even her death was it was just tension between me and God when she died.
Oh, wow.
Like legitimately, because she was on drugs for years and years and years, and then she finally got it together. You know what I'm saying? Was doing good, working, got a house, and then she gets cancer. And so it was like, God, why didn't you take her when she was high on drugs or when she was stealing stuff and doing all kinds of crazy things? And it was like right when she got her, she had a rhythm, she was doing good, and then she got cancer, man. And then like my sister was the most giving human being on the face of the earth. Like she would call me every other day. I need $40 to give to somebody. She don't have, she can't get food. Or Todd, I need $150. Somebody needs school shoes. Like she was always, it wasn't even for herself. Jesus. It was all, she was calling me like, I need you to bless somebody else. Bless somebody. This person needs this, this person needs that. And that was her heart. That's just who she was. And so when she passed, it was like, man, it's so funny, man, when like, she used to get on my nerves. 'Cause every time I see her call, like my sister calling me, asking me for something. But what I would give today to have her call me and ask me for anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It's like you don't appreciate, sometimes you don't appreciate people and even the aggravation in people that you love, because even the aggravation that she gave me was from a place of love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would give anything to have Val hit my phone today.
Good God,
and ask me for anything, and I would do it at the drop of a dime. But, you know, since she's been gone, it's like I've kind of tried to pick up that.
Yeah.
Let me try to make it happen. Let me be the person that's an answer.
Yeah.
You know, in our family. Let me show up. Let me make it happen, because that's the kind of person she was.
Yeah.
And she kind of, I was like, yo, I'll take the baton on it. I'm not gonna be you.
Yeah.
But like she, you know, she was the person, she's gonna give you the shirt off her back. She's like, I'll figure it out as long as you're good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I really want to like carry that level of care and concern for other people. Because I know that's the kind of person she was, and she would want me to be like, all right, Todd, look out for him, look 100%. Out for her, look out for her. So
one of the greatest things you ever done for me was when you pulled up in Greensboro, North Carolina, about 2.5 years ago. My mama passed, and I said, bro, I need you. You said, say less, and you came to my mama's funeral. And Todd, I tease him to this day. I said, I always love you, because you literally tried to sing my mom out that casket. The way you went through that church, it was so remarkable. The way we danced, it was, bro, I had never seen anybody. And here's the crazy part. You never had the opportunity to meet my mom. Nah. But because of the relationship that we had, you pulled up like she was Mama Nancy to you.
Nah, man, it's the way you spoke, and the way you speak about your mom is just always so beautiful. It's like it feels like I know her. Because you speak so highly and about her singing and how she raised you and the kind of the level of character that she had, the type of person she was. So it, you know, even though I didn't meet her, because we're so close, it felt like I know who she was. Like if somebody would ask me some questions, I'm like, oh yeah, nah, she would do this, because of how well you speak about your mom, and it's just always been beautiful to me. And I know she had to teach you. I don't know if she taught you very well, because you can be a very mediocre singer at times, but when you do well, I'm like, okay, that must be Mama Nancy right there. And the other part, I don't know if that's John P. Key. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying? I know, you know what I'm saying? I just know, yo, bro, you know.
So Todd, you and I, this is the funniest thing about it. You and I are both from the great state of North Carolina.
The great state.
The great state.
The greatest state.
We ran in some of the same circles, but ironically, we never met as kids.
Bro,
Shut up.
You're 65 years old. Of course, I wasn't at the Deacons Convention at 13. It didn't work like that.
Todd, but like we know the same people,
right.
Some of the same church conventions and stuff we were at, but we never got a chance to meet each other. But tell me what it was like growing up in the great city of Rayford, North Carolina.
Man, it was such a small but family-oriented city. And if you knew one person, you knew everybody.
100%.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So, and then growing up in this little small Pentecostal church.
That's church, Todd.
You know
they don't do church like that no more.
They don't appreciate that kind of church. But in a small Pentecostal church, you knew everybody that went to the church. You knew what was going to happen. You knew Mother Adams was going to do this.
Yes, sir.
Mother Singletary was going to do this.
What was Mother Hill going to do?
Mother Hill, that's my gal. Now, you can't even say her name without me going to a place emotionally. Mother Hill, like you knew Mother Hill was going to give you 93 octane.
Every single time.
Every single time. Her energy, her quickening, her tongues.
Do me a favor. Tell us, tell the viewing audience, what's the thing that Mother Hill told you When she looked at you, said, "Now, Todd."
Oh yeah, she. I'll never forget. She pulled me to the back of the church. She said, "Now, Todd, now come here, baby." It was after one of them Sundays I was singing, and I don't know, maybe it might have been a good Sunday. And she came to me and she said, "Now, baby, I need you to understand. You can't do what everybody else do. You anointed." She said, "You're anointed. You can't go all these other places these kids be going because there's something different on you." But what's crazy? I believed her.
Yes, sir.
Now, I did some stupid stuff after that.
We all did. We all did.
You know what I'm saying? But I was like, I believe. I was like, yo, I believe. And you got to realize, bro, I'm 16 years old. Just gave my life to the Lord. I'm playing the drums, leading devotional service from the drums with this microphone that wrapped around the hi-hat.
That's the boom mic.
You know what I'm saying? That's a boom mic. I'm leading, I'm over, God, I just want to thank everything. I don't even know what this means. I'm just doing it out of obligation because there was nobody else to do it.
Yeah.
And no aspirations to be a worship leader, no aspirations to sing, no aspirations to do any of the things that I'm doing today. Never. I was an adult, grown man when I was like, oh, y'all gonna pay me to do this? You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Like, I did it for free for all of these. I didn't even know it was a thing until somebody said, hey, we're gonna give you a check. I said, y'all gonna pay me? Y'all gonna give me some money? Wow. Like, that shifted everything. Right. But we're just in this little 40-member Pentecostal church singing my throat out every week and happy, content. It was exciting. It was like, to be in a service where you can sing one song for 20 minutes and everybody, number one, is on one accord. That was the most beautiful thing, bro. I know you didn't ask me this question, but it was the most beautiful thing to start a song and it's dry. Mm-hmm. It's like, all right. You know what I'm saying? But keep singing the same song. And it's like, I know you know what I'm talking about. It's like a moment in the song. All right. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like at the top of the song. And then it's like, you could be 3 minutes and 43 seconds in, and it's like, bam.
It'll hit a corner, and it'll take off.
The same words, same people in the room, same song. And it was like, and to me, it was like, we started singing it to sing it, and then all of a sudden, we believed it. Woo. That's the shift. We started singing it because we needed a song in this moment.
That's good,
and when everybody started singing it and everybody got on one accord, and then you started to believe that God will make a way, and everybody, it was like this moment every single service, every single time in this little church. We were gonna have a moment where we got on one accord and started singing this old song, and God would just show up and just overwhelm us with his presence. I miss those days, bro. Man. I miss those days, but it all started in that little 40-member church, bro. Mount Sinai, Rayford, North Carolina. East 7th Street.
Come on, Doc.
Yes, sir.
So let me ask you this question. Do you have any early influences when it comes to your music? People who influence your music, other than me. Any other person that influenced your singing style, once you got past that, it's like, I listened to this person. It's like, I know Minister Danielle, I know Isaac Carree and all that. I remember you coming to my concerts and telling me that you were like, oh man, I just always wanted to be. Yeah,
I swear y'all started this thing off with, we're gonna tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. But here we are, full of lies.
Who are your musical influences? Do you have any?
Man, I think growing up, so I was at this little 40-member church till I was 18.
Okay.
Then I turned 18 and my mama said, okay, now you can go to another church. Like, I couldn't go to another church until I was 18.
Stella didn't play that.
No, she didn't play. She said, as long as you live in a Galberth house and eat Galberth bread, you gonna worship where Galberths worship. That was her line.
And it was as crazy as you and Vanessa do not parent like that.
We'll talk about that a little later on the show. Anyway, I left, and so when I went to this church called Grace Tabernacle, and that's when I got introduced to more of a worship vein.
Okay.
But if you would say who's had the most influence on me vocally, it's weird. 3 people. Or I don't know if it's vocally or just in the worship space.
Okay.
I was the biggest Todd Tribbett fan in the world.
Right.
I thought he was the most anointed, gifted, unique thing that God has ever created. Like, legitimately, I was like getting in the car driving 2.5. If he was 4 hours away, we were in the car.
Live show killer.
Live show killer. Period. Yeah, like, so it was like Todd. Then it was, what was crazy, it was like early for me, it was like Donnie McClurkin.
Really?
Like, because I was like, this dude is so anointed. Like, he was one of the first people I heard, like, growing up. I was like, I feel something when he sings. Like, the first time I heard Stan, at like 17, I was like, I feel something when he's singing. And so his passion, his Pentecostal flair,
Yes.
his speaking in tongues when he
Yes,
would be
why he
leading
said
life, you know what I mean?
You still do that to this day.
Oh yeah, you just have to kick me out of church and tell me I can't come back. I try to act like I have a little more composure going into certain spaces,
Right.
But it's like, yo, I like watching Donnie go, watching him go. When you see him in his bag, in his element,
Movie.
it's crazy. So I was like, Ty, Donnie, and then I would probably say Israel. Like when I early Israel, like before Israel was popular. Like when I people used to send me like some CDs of him when he was with Fred, traveling with Fred.
Yes. The Lord, you are good. That Israel.
Yeah, before it came out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I like, those are probably like the three people who had more of an influence on how I lead worship, stylistically, and then even my passion for it. And then Fred Hammond was just a game changer for me. Pages of Life, second best album ever.
Hold on, say it again. Whoa, hold on. Say that
Pages
again.
of Life, second best album ever. History of the world. Easy money.
Really?
Easy one. First, Rebirth of Kurt Franklin is number 1 for me. Number 2, Pages of Life. Easy money. Number 3, Live in South Africa, Israel Hall. That's my top 3.
That's your top 3.
Now, your top 3 is your top 3, so don't start commenting on YouTube, I'm crazy. No, my guy, yours is yours. This is mine. But those are my top 3.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wow, that's big. Now, mind you, all 3 of those joints are crazy.
Incredible.
They all 3 changed the dynamic and the trajectory of where gospel was going at that time.
Right, for sure.
Literally.
For sure.
That's good. So talk to me about the first time you led worship. You went on the drums playing at the church. You had a praise team behind you, had a band. Where was that and what was the experience like when you was like, yo, I'm a worship leader?
Yeah, that was Hope Mills, Grace Tabernacle Christian Center. It's so crazy. And this is a story I tell when I'm talking to worship leaders all the time. I was in the choir. So when I went to this other church, I didn't bam, I'm the guy, started leading worship. I was in the choir. And from the
Did
choir.
you say soprano, right? Because I remember back in the day, you used to have range. So you say a little soprano.
Your daddy sang soprano. I sang tenor in the choir. I'm telling this story because I want people to understand that God will make your gift make room for you.
Facts.
That you don't have to pop into place and start establishing yourself as this person or this person. It's like, yo, what door did God open? Play your role to perfection.
Yes.
And God will open a door, God will make a way, God will slide somebody over to put you in the position that he wants you in the season that he wants you in it. So I got there and I was like, I was in the choir.
Yeah.
Never actually lead worship. I didn't even know what it was. Again, my guy, I'm leading devotional service.
Testimony service.
Testimony service.
Come on.
Come on. In a 40-member Pentecostal church. That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
So now I'm coming to a larger church. I think we're sitting about 400 or 500 people.
Okay.
So that's mega to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From 40 people. So I'm coming to this church and I'm like, I'm on the choir. Then they're like, oh, you did a good job on this. You want to sing on the worship team? Then I went on the worship team. Then they allowed me to lead a song on the worship team. Then I was like, oh, yo, you're anointed to do this. How about you do this from here on out? I'm like, okay, sure. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't even like a situation where I went from pop to pop. It was like, nah, I served. I served, got in the background and was happy.
Yeah.
Then I got on the team and was happy. And then it was like, yo, because we see this in you, how about you do this? And I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I love the Lord and I love to do it. And so I had a lady named Barbara Scriven, man. She just kind of took me to the side and just every week.
She any relation to KJ?
Yes, that's his aunt.
Shut your mouth.
Yes, KJ's aunt.
That's KJ's aunt.
She took me under her wing and made me read the Bible and told me why this is important and this is why we do this. And no, you're not gonna scream and holler the whole time over here. This is vertical worship. The difference between vertical worship and horizontal worship. Like she was amazing. I learned all of that. Grace Tabernacle. Yep.
Which brings me to this, man. The way you sing in church, the passion. When I watch you lead worship, whether it's a live recording on tour or you're just leading worship, you sing with so much passion. Like you literally leave it all out there.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's from the 40 members. Like I don't know another way. Like I've been criticized as a singer that only has one gear. And
you do?
And that doesn't, it used to bother me.
Yeah.
Right? It used to bother me because I felt like it kept me out of certain arenas, kept me out of certain churches, it kept me from certain opportunities. But it's like, yo, once I accepted who I was, and not just accepted who I was, but when I began to understand how God uses what he put in me to affect atmospheres and to break up atmospheres, then it's like, yo, I'm good. And so I surround myself with people who can go to first gear real quick, and second gear real quick, and third gear real quick. And so it's like, yo, so when I come in, it's like, I don't know any other way. And the reason why I don't know any other way as it regards to passion is because I know the truth.
Talk about it.
I know that I shouldn't be here. I know I shouldn't have what I have. I know I shouldn't have the opportunities that I have. I know there's no way I should know the people that I know. I shouldn't live where I live. I shouldn't drive where I drive. It is the grace and mercy of God. So it's like every time I grab a microphone, I cannot not see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I cannot not see that. I remember a situation that nobody should ever want to hear me sing another word that God brought me out of. I remember when God pulled me out of situations that I thought I was going to drown in, when God delivered my mind. And so it's like I always, every single time, and I'm so grateful for it, that every single time I take that podium, bro, I mean, I stand on that platform, I have to sing past that.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't need people to get with it. I don't need everybody to be happy. It's like, yo, I know the truth.
Yeah, man.
And because I know the truth, I have to give him everything. He deserves my best.
Yeah.
He deserves this passion. And so because I understand that every time I grab a mic, it's like, yeah, I'm on 10 because I'm grateful. Like, it's not a song. It's like, if it really had not been for Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, if it really, I would be working somewhere doing something that has nothing to do with this if it had not been for Jesus.
Yeah.
So it's like I live in a place of gratefulness and gratitude because I know the truth.
Yeah, man.
So that's where I sing from every single time. I don't care if it's a birthday party.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a bar mitzvah.
Yeah. I'm going
it's like,
all gas, no break.
It's like, yo, God, you deserve this.
Yeah.
Like, you've been better than
Dang
good. Like, for real.
Yeah.
You've been better than good.
Yo, that brings me to this, Todd. I was in Raleigh, North Carolina at your very first live recording, Decrease.
Yeah.
Boy, when I tell you it was a movie, standing room only. So here's the thing, it's funny. I flew in that day, went to the hotel, got dressed, put on a very nice suit, if I must say so myself. What had on that anti-Laval?
Let's keep it going.
I'm sorry. I was so played, boy. I went to that church, they was like, ooh. And I was hot back in the day. I was like, that's when my albums was out. It took me 40 minutes to get to you because I took pictures all the way to you. Signed order, kiss babies and shook hands, right?
Got you.
Nonetheless, Todd, we're not even here to talk about that. I get there. When I put up on the parking lot, bro, people were everywhere.
Yeah, bro, it was one of the most amazing things
bro.
I've ever seen. Like,
It was crazy.
again, this is 40-member church, Todd.
Okay?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's 40-member church. From 300, now I'm at a church. When I got there, I think we were seeing about 4,000. When I left, we were seeing 7.
Jeez.
You see what I'm saying? 40-member, 300, 7,000. Never asked to be a part of any of them. Even how I got, and this, bro, this is why I tell people, like, you gotta trust that God he will allow your gift to make room for you, bro. I've never asked. That's why I struggle with people who are like super ambitious. So my tension, and there's nothing wrong with being ambitious as long as it's healthy, right? But I struggle with it because I look at my journey, I'm like, I never press my way into anything, bro. I am a living testimony that God will put people out of the way. God will shift people out of the way. Not people that I ask him to move.
Yeah.
He was just like, no, I need you here, so I'll set it up.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It's like, I need you here, so I'll create the opportunity. I'll make a man say, I'm gonna start another church, but then don't start the church, invite you to come out and interview to come to a satellite campus, but then cancel the satellite campus because I really want you at the big campus. And that, yes, there's somebody already in that position, but by the time you get there, I'm gonna slide them over just so you can get there and be exactly where I need you to be, exactly when I need you to be there. Like, that's God. Like, God will allow, and I've never asked. So for me, it's like going from pop, pop, pop. These were situations where I was just serving. How do you get there? I was just serving. I was at my local church and somebody pulled up on me and was like, yo, he's anointed. Hey, I'm gonna set this up for you because you're really good at what you're doing and you're really anointed to do what you do. So I'm gonna call this person for you. Hey, you're really anointed. I like the way you wrote that song. I'm gonna call this person for you.
Yeah.
Hey, all from serving. Everybody who's found me and looked out for me, I was at a church leading worship.
That's crazy. Which brings me to this, James Fortune.
My guy.
James Fortune, a lot of people don't know this. James Fortune was very instrumental. He was actually one of the first persons who ever recorded a song you wrote, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
And then he was also the first live recording you sang on. Is that correct?
They sent James a song. James was like, yo, I love this song. Bro, what you doing tomorrow? First time I talked to James. The very first time I talked to James, hey, bro, I got this song, bro. This song is incredible. What you doing tomorrow? I got a date in Miami. I want you to come do it.
Ain't no way.
First conversation with James Fortune. I said, 40-member church, Todd.
Come on.
I said, bro, for sure. And you at this point, James is in his bag.
James is in his bag.
You know what I'm saying?
He was
James is in
gone.
his bag. It's crazy. I said, cool. He hooked me up with somebody, sent me a flight. I get to the airport. This is the first time. Let me tell you something, boy. This is the first time I get to the airport. Did they have my name on the side? They were like, Todd.
That's care.
I couldn't stop smiling. I was like,
So that's why you could appreciate the sign we had for you, because you've already had signs.
I've been doing signs for years. But bro,
But that first sign,
it
it does something to your soul. It make you feel like they care.
I was like, bro, all I could think about, I'm from Rayford, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Did I get in a limo?
And that's when limos were popping. You couldn't put me in a limo now.
You know?
But Doc, limos back then, a limo was
Bro,
everything.
you get that limo with that blue light going around the top of that
Todd,
joint.
Todd, don't do
and
that.
the wine, and the wine got them champagne glasses in there.
Upside down?
Yes. That's care.
That's care.
That's care. I got in that limo. I was in there by myself. I said, this. I started putting up my little video camera. I said, Vanessa, you ain't gonna believe this, bro. It was wild.
Hold on, Dog, go get my book bag at the office. Go ahead, cause I'm bless you. Keep going. I'm gonna bless you on this interview. Keep going.
So I'm in this limo. I do this date with James. It was like one phone call, bro. Nothing I was looking for. One phone call, and now I'm in Miami, getting ready to sing BGVs, and I'm a terrible background singer. But it was like, yo.
I agree.
But this dude, he saw something in me. He saw something in me, and he didn't wait. He didn't take me through this process. He was like, yo, bro, like, your songwriting was one thing, and then he saw me lead worship. It was like, yo, come pull up with me. Come rock with me. And he didn't know me from anybody. And it was one song. He got one song from me. I was like, yo, I want you to be a part of what I'm doing. Changed my life.
Gotta tell somebody, can't keep it to myself. I'm just a nobody, trying to help somebody else.
We at Raleigh, North Carolina, we're overcomers. This amazing live recording. This song that you recorded that night, Jesus Christ. Lord, you're good. You've been so good. Todd, when I tell you, that has to be, now that's one of my top, Mount Rushmore, one of my top worship songs in the world. Because the gears that song goes in,
Yeah.
I ask you this all the time. People at home want to know, this is your camera. Were you really? I shake it tamacho. Shake. Were you really standing over the sink, or were you lying?
I want to.
Because you don't, one thing I know about you don't wash dishes. So what were you standing over the sink for?
All right, here we go.
Get to it. Because I know Vanessa do everything in that house.
Now, this is, I get this question all the time.
Uh-huh.
And so people really want to know, like, hey, were you just excited in the moment? Are you telling the truth? I want every single person that will watch this podcast to know the truth.
Uh-huh.
This is breaking news. I, in that moment, was actually in the kitchen
Okay.
when that happened. I was at the sink. The only thing I can't go back and be super clear on is if dishes was in the sink. But my proximity in that moment was in the kitchen in front of the sink. So the dishes part is the only tricky part inside of this
So you
testimony.
weren't watching this, but you were standing over the sink.
But I was, yes.
So reenact this thing for me. You're standing over the sink.
I mean, I started in my living room.
Okay.
Bro, I got fired. I just bought a house.
Okay.
It was crazy. I just bought a house, just had Maya, my second baby, and I got fired the next week. So I bought a house, Maya was born I think the next week, and then I lost my job. It was like pop, pop, pop. So I'm in the house frustrated. I was lying to Vanessa telling I was going to work. Wasn't going to work. I was going over
my God.
I was going over James Jackson's house to play Madden during the day
Are you lying?
I was embarrassed to like tell her, cause we just had a baby, we just bought a house. I'm gonna tell this woman I don't have a job. So I was like, the first like week and a half, I was just getting up, putting on my clothes, walking out the door. And I'd go over to James' house and play Madden for a few hours.
Y'all favorite worship leader's a liar. He's a liar.
So like legitimately, that's what I was doing. And then it was like one day I finally told Vanessa what happened. And then I was in the house and I got mad. I'm like, I'm out here again, singing for free.
For free.
Every single week. I'm out here pouring my heart out, going to church, all these services. It was the timing of it that sucked. You know what I mean? It was just such horrible timing. And I got mad. I got an attitude with God. And I'm in my living room. I'm just like, God, why would you really allow this to happen to me? Like, I'm out here doing the best I can. I'm doing everything I know to do. And like this sequence of events were just terrible. And literally I was in my living room and I felt the Lord was like, am I still good though? Ooh. And I'm like, now I'm up walking. I'm walking. Now I'm like, I got an attitude. But but like you see what's happening. Like you're very aware of the tension that this is causing between me and my wife, the anxiety that I have, because I got real bills.
Right.
Just bought a house. I had to come up with money. I probably borrowed money from 18 people to get into this little house.
Jesus.
And now I'm sitting here like, I don't have a way to make money. I'm not doing dates.
Yeah.
I don't even know this is a real thing.
Yeah.
What is a date?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm singing at anniversaries for free all across the city. And so I'm sitting in this situation. I'm like, God, this doesn't make sense. And God says to me again, am I still good? And now I'm in the kitchen.
Get to the kitchen.
'Cause I'm walking.
It makes sense to me, Todd.
You see what I'm saying? I'm walking.
It makes sense to me.
I'm walking. I'm in the kitchen. And I'm like, but God, it was 3 times. I was like, but God, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. And I think I was crying. I'm like, it don't make sense. Like, this is so freaking embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing. My mother-in-law coming over to the house looking at me like you little broke joker. You know what I'm saying? I feel so stupid. And then I'm going to church all the time. I was aggravated. And I'm like, literally, I was in my kitchen. I was like, but God, this don't make sense. Like, why would you allow this to happen? And God was like, yo, am I still good? And literally it was like, you know what? You are good. Whoa. As a matter of fact, even in this, you've been better than good.
Ooh, that's
even
so
in
good.
even in this hard thing, I can't praise you enough. Even in this, I still owe you my life. Even in this, I owe you everything because you have still been so good. I wrote that song there. That's not crazy.
That's an amazing story.
I got to church next week, to rehearsal the next week, and I got with my boy Lenny and Tremaine. I was like, Tremaine, I don't know what this is. I just got this. Lord, you were good. You've been so good.
Hey, Doc.
Lord, you were good. You've been better than good. So when I was right there, I was like, okay. Literally. And I did it the next Sunday. I sang, it happened in my kitchen. The next rehearsal, we wrote it. That was Thursday. Sunday, I sang that song and cried my face off.
Jesus. That's a story, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. So hold on. So let me go here. This is something that people don't know, and this is what made that night explode at the recording of the Decrease album. I didn't notice. I had no recollection of this until you testified about it. Mm-hmm. That night, you gave a testimony how you were diagnosed with cancer. Mm-hmm. And then months later, whatever, but Vanessa got the same exact cancer.
Yep, same exact diagnosis.
Same exact diagnosis. And then at the recording, before the recording, it was gone.
Cleared, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you could sing.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Like what happened, that process leading up to a live recording. It's right here.
Anxiety, bro. I couldn't sing like that. So I felt, okay, how much of this can I say?
This is Isaac Carree Show. You can say what you want to say.
So I was working at that church.
Yes.
And working at churches can be very tricky.
Okay.
Right? Because if you're not in a healthy situation, you can feel the tension of, hey, I'm here because of my gift and what I do for this church. Okay. And if I'm not doing the thing that they brought me here to do, then how long am I gonna have this job? Okay. Right? Follow. So I have surgery. Like I had one surgery, they literally cut, the cancer was sitting right above my vocal cords. Jesus. Right? This is how close it was. They had to put sensors on my vocal cords so the doctors, if they got close to it, the sensors would go off so they'll back up. Because I told them, like, yo, this is how I make a living. So they had to put sensors for the doctors. So when they literally cut me right here, and they went in and take the cancer out. So then when they got in there, they was like, oh, we don't know if it's cancerous or not. We're just gonna take half of your thyroid out because I had thyroid cancer. So they took half of it out. 2 weeks later, they come back, they did the biopsy. They was like, oh no, it's cancer. No, it was a week later. So I had to go in, I had surgery, had to come back the next week and get cut open again. And that's what really started the pain of like trying to sing. So I couldn't sing. So I was singing. And this is why it's so important that if you steward creatives and if you steward worship leaders, that you let people know that I care as much about you. Or, as a matter of fact, I care more about you, the person, than what you do for me.
Yeah, that's good.
And so I felt this like, I gotta get back. I've already lost a job before.
I can't lose another.
You see what I'm saying? I already know what that anxiety is. I already know what that pain is. I already know what that feels like to not know where it's gonna come from, and now you gotta go get it. And so now I'm like, I don't wanna be there. I don't wanna feel that again.
Yeah.
So how can I get back? So now I'm rushing, I'm trying, and I'm like, God, I can't, bro. I remember like trying to sing and couldn't get the notes out and like just start crying in the car. And I'm trying to press my way back because I don't wanna lose my job. I'm trying to press my way back. And then, so I'm like, I can't sing. And I'll never forget this little church in North Carolina. They invited me to do a workshop so I could talk. So I'm like, okay, let me just start creating avenues just in case I get fired, right? Yeah. To go make money. Church, in the wood, I think it was near Pembroke. I can't remember, but I went and did this. I did this little thing, and y'all, I promise you, I'm not exaggerating this moment. I'm teaching, and then we just started this worship moment, and so I'm talking, and then I started singing, right? But I'm singing. If I sang, I sang very low.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm singing. The presence of God is there, and I promise to God, bro, I would start crying when I think about this. I literally felt the Holy Spirit say, "Do you hear that?" I'm singing in the moment, in the room, singing. And I just keep singing. It's like, yo, do you hear that? And I'm like, I'm still singing. Holy Spirit said, yo, do you hear that? And I said, I was singing in full voice. I was singing in full, I was like, oh my God. Like I couldn't believe it because I felt like I hit a wall.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, I didn't have a vocal coach. I didn't have nobody working with me through this. I'm just still figuring it out. And I literally, in this moment, the Holy Spirit was like, do you hear that? And I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, thank you. It was at that moment that I said, I'm doing my recording. I got my voice back, right? And so I'm still going through that process. I'm still working my way through it. But it was like God was like, yo, whatever I called you to do, I will always equip you. Tasha told me this too. Tasha told me this when I was at Relentless. She said, Todd, you will always have what you need to accomplish what God sends you to do. Ooh. She said, I don't care if you have to take the stage at 1:00 and you don't have voice at 12:55. When you step on that stage, God is always going to get. And when I tell you to this day, every single time, God has never let me down. Even when I was dumb, even when I should have got more sleep, should have drunk more water, shouldn't have ate macaroni and cheese before I'm coming out on the stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, God has always been so kind and so good, bro. So live recording, now I go through that little moment. I'm like, all right, let's get to it. But then it wasn't as much as the singing. It's like finding out your wife get cancer in the process. That's the killer. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like right when I hit a breakthrough, it's like, so that night, we're singing through all of that. Bro. Like that's what made the moment. It's like, you got this thing. It's like, God, like it's, you know, my grandma used to say, if it ain't one thing, it's 5 or 6. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it's like, but I totally believe that God allowed those things to happen in that order to create that level of passion. And like, yo, it's like, God, I've seen you do it. Now I know you can do it again. You just did it for me. I just watched you work a miracle. I didn't even think I would be able to do this recording. And so that night was filled with, for me anyway, with that kind of passion and that kind of faith in the room.
Bro. The room, bro, we shouted, we ran. It was so the most electrifying recording I have ever been to. And then we fast forward to Encounter.
Yeah.
We go to Columbia, South Carolina, Ford City Church.
Through hurricane tornadoes.
And Todd, I remember we was at the hotel before we was getting to go to the church. It's like, bro, I'm gonna have to push it. I'm gonna have to push it back. They saying they about to lose power. And
because the church was brand new. The church had only been open like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Travis Greene and Pastor Drake Greene, because you guys had every reason to tell me no. And you should have told me no. But you were kind and gracious. So thank y'all for letting me come into your brand new church and mess it up. But it was
mess it up. You did. When I tell you that record was crazy, bro. I always say this about your live recordings. They don't feel like a recording. It feels like a worship experience.
Yeah.
And Encounter was such a big album. Did you know, based off the material you had, based off coming off the heels of Lord You're Good, that whole album decreased, because that album went crazy. Did you know that Encounter was going to do what it did and what it's still doing?
Nah, not at all. Until it was after the recording. I sat in the church by myself. Like, I literally sat in the church because I was like, that just happened. Like, literally, I was in the church, back of the church, everybody was gone. And I was in the back, I'm like, God, what, like, yo. So it was that moment that I said, no, we got something.
Yeah.
You know, but before that, it's kind of hard to see it coming together.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I literally got one song right before the day before the recording that we did. And so it was like it's like we created, and that's why for me, live recordings, I'm never not gonna do a live recording like this. I have to create space for Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
I have to create space where it's like, yo, we're gonna do these songs, and I get it, and I know the professional people will be there, and everybody who's done them, and like, yo, it gotta be done this way, you should do it this way. I was like, yo, this is what works for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, y'all do it however you wanna do it. This may take a little longer, this may be a little more extensive than what everybody else does, but for me, it's like, and for me, it's like, that's what makes it a live recording. If not, you might as well go to the studio.
Yeah,
record
100%.
the record in the studio.
100%.
It's like, people want to feel like they were a part of that night. They want to feel like, what happened after the song ended? Like, I want to bring people into all of those moments. And that night, when I look back on that night, it was like, yo, God was here.
Yeah, I felt like I was on the record. Well, I was on the record.
You definitely.
Who do I need to see for my invoice? Because I never got paid.
Yeah, you might need some royalties for all of the pushing you did on both records.
I pushed you, Doc. Todd, don't do it.
This is a great segue though. So for this, I hope people don't hear you as loud on the new record, because we had to talk to you before the live recording and tell you that we need you to calm down a little bit on this one.
Let me tell you something. If this is an audience mic, I'm sitting under. Shut up, Todd! Don't do it! Stop, Todd! That's good, Todd! They don't like that kind of church. I'm doing it all.
No.
I'm on the album, Doc.
No,
I am your number one fan, other than probably your wife, but I'm your number one fan, bro. I celebrate you. I honor you because not only are you a good worship leader, you're a good man. And when I see it come together on stage, bro, and I kind of see I've seen all your albums from its embryo stage, where it's, hey, what you think about this song? And how it builds, and then you'll go away, and then you keep secrets, and then I get to the record like, oh, he shared that with me. He being secret. Oh, that's what we doing now? And I sit there, and I'm like a fan, bro, and I'm learning. And I feel like I am older than you. I did come a little before you. So for me, it's like the older person still being a student, learning from somebody who does a different style of gospel music, learning from somebody who does it a different way. I'll be so happy for you, bro. So when I sit there and I'm pushing you, it's literally, it's genuine, but it's like I be in awe. Cause it's like I have been around singers all of my life, but I ain't never seen nobody lead worship like you do.
I don't. Here's the thing. Again, everything stems back to Rayford. I didn't know I could do this until I was like 25, 24, 20, 25, 26, before somebody wanted to give me some money.
63 now? Because when I look at your hands, you got the hands of an 80-year-old man, so I just kind of knocked 20. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What was you saying?
You messed up my whole train of thought.
You said it stemmed from Rayford.
Yeah, you really just, now I was like, should I keep my hands up here so y'all can get a close-up on my hand? I'm like, do I play the role right now? Do I stay in? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm thinking about BTS. I'm thinking about,
It wasn't important. I got something else I want to ask you.
Okay.
Is there any specific moment that stands out on the Encounter album for you? My favorite moment, I'm going to give mine first and I want to hear yours. My favorite moment, my favorite song, hands down, is You Remain.
You Remain was great.
That should have been a single, but you didn't listen to me, and that's why you're failing in your career. If you had made You Remain a single, you probably wouldn't even come to my podcast. You'd probably open up for the Cowboy Carter tour with Beyonce.
Probably, and it took a lot for me to get here today, but we'll talk about that after the show.
So what's your favorite moment on that album?
Mine was, honestly, that I go back to was Fear's Not My Future. Well, me and Tasha on the end.
Oh my God, wait a minute.
That wake up. That was a moment.
If people didn't catch the video, I'll never forget that night. you were on the floor. You were on your knees.
Yeah.
And then you rolled over on your back and you were kicking your feet like a kid. You was like, wake up, wake up. It was the crazy. I thought, this man has snapped.
Yo, that
It was a moment.
Because you felt the wind. Yo, that's why this is so, number one, like, doing this, it's so beautiful, bro. Like, so writing songs, number one, you're creating something that doesn't exist in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is a miracle within itself. That's one of the most, like, literally, you create something, it's not in the earth. It does not exist. And God allows you to be a part of putting something in the earth that does not exist, right? And then you got a song, and then you're watching people's faith connect to a song. Real time.
Yeah.
Like, you see the lights come on. I'm a worship leader. I see it every week. It's like when somebody's like, oh my God, hello peace, hello joy. It's a new horizon. Fear is not my future. God, you are?
Yeah, that's crazy.
With my crazy background, with my crazy past, that's not my future.
Yeah.
I can receive that. So you're watching the light come on for people. You're watching the light come on for people, one after the other. And then you literally watch faith rise. I tell people there's a song on my record on the new record that somebody sent to me, and the first thing I said, I see it. They're like, what do you mean you see it? I don't hear it, I see it.
Oof.
It's like, because you can get a song and the visual comes before you even see the lyric. Like, so that song was one of the ones, when I first heard it, I was like, I know what the room is gonna be like. Ooh. So I saw it. And then, like, I'm watching people real time connect, watching their faith rise in real time. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And so the energy and the synergy that was in the room was just like, that was special.
So Todd, you did Decrease. You did Encounter. And you just finished recording Greater. Was there any pressure coming off the heels of Encounter? Because Encounter was a big record. Was there any pressure going into the Greater live recording? The album's not out yet, but did you feel pressure to have to perform, or I have to do that, at least that or better?
At the time, people kind of made me feel like that. But as the songs came in, I was like, this is about to be the greatest thing I've ever done.
Whoa.
And Encounter was the greatest thing easily I've ever done. But the songs on this new record, hands down, period, are, you just gotta wait and see. Not many days hence.
Not many days
Not many days
now, y'all
hence.
know Todd,
I promise you. Like,
I would tell you he got a song and an album coming out and it'd be 10 years, but this one's, but Greater is so good.
Nah, it's man, like the range on this record. From CCM, we got you on K-Love Radio, the 103.9, to my Pentecostal church in Rayford. I'm hitting you every spot. I don't care who you are, where you're from, I don't care if you're Presbyterian or if you're Mormon. I got you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find you somewhere on this record. So the range of this record, I think, is incredible. And
one of my executive producers, Dom, was brought something back to our remembrance on our pre-production meeting before we talked. She said it was a time at our church. You know, you're executive pastor at Change Church under the leadership
tutelage
and the leadership of Dr. Darius Daniels, the greatest pastor on earth.
We honor you, sir.
We love you. We honor you, sir. Man, we love you, man. We really do. And she brought something back to my remembrance, time when PD prophesied to you, and he said something. I don't want to mess it up, but it was something to a point where your pen is going to be the thing that cuts through.
Yeah.
You remember? Do you remember that moment?
Yeah.
I remember when you moved to Atlanta. We talked about this. You went through a little writer's block.
Yeah.
You were like, I don't know what happened. I just couldn't get it. I couldn't get it. And how long did that last? What was that like where you just couldn't find something? You did a lot of collaborating, but you couldn't get that thing.
He had to put me back on the potter's wheel again.
Wait, Todd, don't do that.
No. You remember that season?
I
told you I went through 45 days of the craziest stuff happening to me prior to Encounter. And he was like, okay, if you're gonna give birth to something new, it's gonna be a different level of pressure that I have to put on you. Like on my old record, Encounter, I went to the potter. I went and sat down with a potter, put clay on the wheel, and one of the first ways that you create something beautiful from nothing is pressure. I remember going, and I was trying to be all gentle with the clay. He's like, bro, you got to force this thing down here. He said, you got to put your hands on it.
Woo.
He said, you can't be soft and gentle with it. You're creating something that's going to last. So you can't approach it with this sensitive touch.
That's good.
Like, no, you got to put your hand. It was like, God was like, okay, cool. I'm getting ready to take you to another level. I'm getting ready to birth a new sound in the earth. I'm getting ready to do something that's going to change the trajectory of so many people's lives, but I'm going to start it with you. I ate first on that album.
Whoa.
He said, no, you're going to drink from this cup first.
Woo.
And that sounds cute.
Right.
Until you sitting in your bedroom crying, sitting on the floor Indian style. Like, for real?
This what we doing?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's cute. But he was like, nah, you're going to drink from this cup first. And so I had to drink from this cup. And I'm like, Lord, this ain't fun. But the fruit and what has been produced, and it's like every season. That's why I had to lose a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want you to properly process this. What God produced from that pain is a song that you said is one of your top songs ever, right? A song that people sing in their church, a song that people have played while their loved ones were in the hospital and they came out of comas in.
Woo.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I know.
Facts.
A song that people have witnessed miracles from singing it at their church. A song that caused me so much pain, so much embarrassment, but God used that song and that pain as I was losing the house, and it made me so much money that I bought my wife first house.
Ooh, that's good, Todd.
From the pain.
From the pain.
You feel what I'm saying? It's like God doesn't waste anything.
But his ways are not our ways, his thoughts are not our thoughts. It don't even make sense.
He doesn't waste anything. I couldn't see, you think I could see that in the kitchen?
Right.
I couldn't see that in the kitchen. But it provided enough resources for me to write a check that I thought I could never write to give my wife her dream house. Like, God doesn't waste anything, bro. He doesn't. So it's like, yo, I'm gonna produce something. And the problem is we want God to use our gift and not our life.
Oh, Todd. Wait, I gotta go.
We want him to.
I gotta travel and I gotta go.
We are excited about God using our gift. Everybody wants God to use their gift. And God's like, no, I want to use your life.
Your life.
I'm gonna get more glory from your life outside of the platform than ever on the platform.
Absolutely.
I want your life, not your gift. So it's like, yo, it's cute to be like, oh, he's anointed, you can sing. It's like, no, it's what happens off the platform that produces the sound that you guys are witnessing on the platform.
That's the passion. That's the conviction.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what, yeah. It all makes sense.
Like, yo, it's cool, and that's why that tension of being honored and celebrated and stuff. It's like, yeah, you don't know what it took to get here. you don't know what it took. You know what I mean? To have knives stabbed in your back, man. And people run you down for no reason, and life just hits you, and people die, and you lose friends, and you lose loved ones, and your money gets shifted, and you're trying to figure out how you're gonna do this. And God is like, okay, cool. Now I need to show you another side of me. Now I need to show you another side. Now, you want to write a song about Paul and Silas? Okay, let's write a song about Paul and Silas. Let me put you in a dark place and have you sing your way out. You want to write a song about me being greater? Let me put something big that seems big in your life, that seems like something you cannot overcome, and let me show you I am greater, for real. Let me show you that. Oh my God, what's my song?
I'm getting ready to see.
I'm getting ready. Oh yeah, let me show you that what you've experienced already. That's cool, but for real, eyes haven't seen. For real, ears haven't heard. For real, it ain't even entered into the heart of man. Like what I can do in you and through you and for you. Like for real, it's like that stuff. I'm singing from a place, bro. It's like all of these songs I'm singing from a testimony. It's rooted in I've seen God do it, and so
I've seen it with my own eyes.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's painful, but yeah, at the same time, I'm grateful that like I can minister these songs. It's from a place of truth.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing somebody to throw you a song, you're like, oh, this is a great song. I ain't went through that. I haven't experienced that.
One of the greatest things you said so far in this last part you were speaking on was when I was about to ask you, what advice would you give to an up-and-coming worship leader? And the one thing that was so strong when you said, God don't want to just use your gift. He want to use your life.
Yeah.
I think that if people understood, it's not the glitz and the glamours, it's not the awards, it's not going on the red carpet. All that stuff is cool, and I understand it comes with the territory. But bro, one thing you've always said, Todd, I didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
I ain't asked for this.
Yeah, it's.
How have you navigated not asked for this, but being able to handle it when God gave it to you?
Yeah, again, it's always living in my truth, right?
Okay.
Always knowing the truth, always keeping the truth out in front of me, knowing the truth. But man, like at the same time, knowing that like God is gonna get more glory from I said it a few minutes ago, God will get more glory out of your life off the stage than he ever will on it. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's more of the behind the scenes that God wants to do, because God is trying to do something not just with you, but in you. Like for real, like we missed it if all God did was something through us and never something in us.
Yeah. Like
you missed, like, no, he's really trying to form you into the image of his son. Like that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Like that's real. And so like for me, it's like, if I'm talking to worship leaders all the time, I'm like, hey, it's like, yo, what's the secret sauce? I'm like, number one, the secret sauce is serving.
Number one.
Find you a house and be faithful.
Be faithful.
Serve God, serve his people. Understand you are stewarding something that does not belong to you. This is not your stuff.
That's so good.
It's not your gift.
You are not the pastor.
Your gift is, it's not your gift. It's not for you. That's like, your gift ain't for you. Your gift is for everybody else.
Absolutely.
And we treat our gift like our gift is for us. No, my gift is for the body. Like, it doesn't benefit me to have this and I just keep it and sit in that room by myself.
You have to give it.
I got to give it, right? So it's like serving, being faithful, and then allowing God not just to use your gift, but to use your life. Like,
that's so good.
throw your life out there and watch God do something like incredible, that for real, that you could never imagine. I'm literally living my life, like the last 10, 12 years of my life is like, wow.
Absolutely.
I live in wow, I get to do this. Wow, I get to go here. Wow, I get to hang out with this person. Wow, I get to do, like, and that's because I gave him my life. It's because I gave him my life. And that's why, again, why you sing the way you sing, because I know the truth.
Yeah.
I gave him my life. I've never taken voice lessons. I live with imposter syndrome. Every day I wake up and like, somebody's gonna realize I'm really not that good. And they're gonna take all this away from me.
Jesus.
Every day, as I was preparing for the live record, I'm like, man, these people gonna realize I'm not that good. Every day, every Sunday, man, they're gonna realize I'm not that good. They're gonna realize I'm not that good. And so it's like, I live in attention. And so I have people ask me like, before you go out, do you have this anxiety? And I'm like, yeah, and I love it. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be scared and fearful, but there's this little like, I always want to have, God, I still need you.
100%.
Like, I'm not that good.
Yeah.
I always want to have, I'm talking about doing 4 services before I will hit that platform every service. Hey, I can't do this without you, right? Okay. All right, cool. All right. I know that.
Good?
Yeah, we good. Like everything. It's like, yo, you need that thing.
It's like a healthy tension.
Because if not, then you're gonna turn into Saul.
Uh-oh. Come on.
You're gonna turn into Saul.
Come on.
And the problem is we are listening and going to churches and putting on people music that they have the position and not the anointing anymore.
That's good, Todd.
Because when Samuel came to Saul, he didn't remove Saul from his position. His anointing was gone, but he still had a position. And so we're enamored by people's positions,
yes,
and they don't even have the oil for that position anymore.
Ooh.
And so I'm like, God, I don't ever want to be that.
Jeez.
Please put me in an office and let me do paperwork before I'm on the platform and I have the position and not the oil. Put me in the back.
Yes, Lord.
Put me in the parking lot. I don't want to be that person, because that's scary.
That's scary.
That's scary. That's scary. And my goal is like, what I want to do at 43 is I want to be the Saul that God had his hand on and he doesn't have to remove his oil. And I want to say, come here, David, let me help you. Come here, David. Come here, David. Come here. Hey, don't do that. Do this. Hey, come here, David. Don't go over there. No, do this. Not before I get to that place where somebody has to tell me you can't do this anymore. I want to help David. I don't want to throw javelins at David's head at the dinner table.
Yeah.
I want to be like, no, David, come sit beside me. Come over here.
That's good.
Let me help you get there. Let me help you avoid the dumb stuff that I did.
Yeah.
Let me help you avoid mistakes and you not have to fall in or trip over hurdles that I tripped over. That's the Saul I want to be. I don't want to be the Saul that Samuel has to come to me and be like, yo, I still hear the sound of sheep.
Woo.
God said, kill it all. Mm-hmm. And I still hear the sound of like, no. No, I don't want to do that. I don't ever want to lose that, bro. I don't ever want to lose that.
And bro, I'm telling you, your heart posture the way you move, the way you don't take, like, bro, you care less about being an artist. You care less. It's like you respect it, you know what comes with it. But you care less about that. You just want his presence.
Yeah, that's it.
I've seen
that's
that.
all
about
that
you.
matters at the end of the day. Because you get here, like especially people who are aspiring to get to here.
Here, whatever that is.
Whatever here is.
Wherever that is.
Because whenever you get here,
it's somewhere else you want to go.
Disappointed. You could be like, what? I did all this stuff to get here, and this is what this is. If your life is built on that and not grow and like legitimately not going from glory to glory with Jesus, this is gonna disappoint you every time.
100%.
Every single time.
30 years I've been doing it, and I still ain't here.
100 out of 100 times. It's like if this is not connected to your purpose, and serving the Lord, because that's the only way you get from glory to glory. Is like what I'm doing is connected to His will, and so He's taking me. Not the system is taking me. We want the system to take us to glory, to glory. And God's like, nah, the system, are you crazy? These people are crazy.
Systems fail.
Systems fail.
People fail.
But God
never fails.
He won't fail. So it's like, for us, like, yo, anytime you put your hope, your dependency, your trust in this other stuff, it is going to let you down.
Yeah.
It's always going to let you down. I don't care how much money you get. I don't care what kind of car you drive. I don't care what kind of house you live in. You're always, once you get it, it's like, what's next?
Yeah.
And so if it's not connected to your purpose, to what God has called you to do, it's always going to leave you.
I love it. Todd, thank you for coming, man. I'm proud of you. Listen, I do want to run this with you one time. This or that. One has to go. This or that. It's a game.
Okay.
One has to go. We're going to run them quick. You ready?
Let's do it.
This is good. Worship music or old school church music?
God dang, bro.
Quickly.
But this, you can't.
Worship music or old school church music? Quickly, son. We don't have all day.
Worship music.
Worship music has to go.
Worship music has to go.
Bye.
Yeah, the old school church music made me who I am, not worship
100%.
music.
Shopping for clothes or shopping for jewelry?
Shopping for jewelry.
Gotta go.
Okay, you can take that all day long. Give me my garments of praise.
Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Michael Jordan.
You choosing LeBron over Mike? People gonna hate. People gonna turn this off. Thank God it's at the end. They gonna hate you. Oh my God.
Michael Jordan. I love LeBron.
I'm about to bless you.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Olive Garden or Texas Roadhouse?
Context. I love food. We love food.
We love food. We foodies.
I go to opening nights. I will fly to a restaurant for opening night.
Across the country.
I've eaten all around the world. I love good food. But I don't care how much money I make. I don't care where I go. I will always go to Olive Garden and Texas Roadhouse. I don't care. I don't care what y'all say.
Steak 48.
Steak 48. I don't. You go all that Kevin Rathbone. I don't care. All of these amazing restaurants. I've eaten that. I've eaten lobster. Looking at Lake Como on this. But I will go to Texas Roadhouse and get those rolls with that cinnamon honey butter. Bye. I may go there
today. So which one
gotta
go? Olive Garden or Texas Roadhouse?
Texas Roadhouse. I've been on some really good dates at Olive Garden. Them breadsticks and Alfredo dipping sauce and salad. Bye. Talk to me about something else because that's over.
Old school church or today's church?
That's crazy. When you say today's church, what does that mean?
The way we do church today versus the way we did church when we were growing up. The 40-member church
today,
or 50,000 member church at Chase Church?
It's like today's church a little bit. I think I'll take that because old school. Don't get me wrong, I learned a lot old school, but old school has some foolishness with it too.
And old school, we stayed in church 3 hours.
Yeah, give me new school all day.
Okay, cool. Would you rather be hot or cold?
Cold.
This man stayed at my house, and I'm asleep, and he went down and turned my thermostat down. I'm like, what's it so cold in here? When I said that thing was on 52, he talking about, bro, you got it on 74. In the winter, I said that's what I'm supposed to be on.
No, because when you hot, you can't be unhot. When you cold, you can put something on. You know what I'm saying? You can cover up you, but when you hot, you can be butt naked. And you hot.
Ain't no way you butt naked. Ain't no way. Home cooked meal or eating out?
Jeez. Just depends on who's cooking.
Vanessa cooking. I'm eating at your house if Vanessa cooking. I'm sorry. If Vanessa's cooking, I'm eating at your house over anywhere.
I go home because I know what they expect. I ain't
Okay.
worried about missing.
Duke Blue Devils or Los
Duke
Angeles
Blue
Lakers?
Devils. Duke Blue Devils. You ain't got to say the rest. Duke Blue
Last
Devils.
one.
All right.
Miami or LA?
Oh, Miami. What are we talking about? South Florida. I'm a son of the city.
Todd Galberth, everybody make some noise! He's a church boy.
That's all I am.
Cause Todd, Dave, watch me go with that. I come from a poor family. We didn't have much, but the Lord been good to me.
Yeah.
I come from a poor family.
Yes, I did.
I didn't have much,
Yeah.
but the Lord been good to me.
Yes, sir. I come from a poor family because I don't know
Yeah.
the verse.
You showed up,
I didn't have much,
and we don't have no confidence about this.
but the Lord's been good to me.
Looking to take your brand to the next level? Man, look no further. The Town Creative Company, a full-service creative agency and creative house based in Tulsa, Oklahoma. From concept to execution, they specialize in bringing your vision to life through bold designs, strategic content, and storytelling that connects. They did it for me. Whether you're launching a brand, promoting an event, or creating content that moves people, Town Creative Company is where creative meets impact. Visit towncreativecompany.com and discover how they can serve your vision. They took care of mine, and let them take care of yours.